Listen, here's the weird part. When we give our lives to Christ, and that's what being a follower of Jesus is about, is we're allowing God to direct our lives. The Bible refers to him as our master. Now, if he's my master, then I'm the what? Slave. That would be the opposite of master, right? And so when the master says jump, the slave says, was that high enough all the way down? They don't ask. They'll say, well, why? They don't do that, right? And so our time as slaves belongs to the master. Our time does not belong to us. Okay? All of our time belongs to God. And we have this weird idea, especially in North America, that when we volunteer our time or we give our time to God, that somehow we're doing him a favor. But the truth is, all of our time belongs to God, and we steal time from God for ourselves because it's all about me. It's all about me. See? And so it's the same as our money. All of our money belongs to God. He just lets us keep 90% of it. Our time, all of it belongs to God. And when we skip out of those opportunities to serve other people, we're not holding on to time for ourselves. We're actually taking time that belongs to God and using it for what I want. That's not the plan. That's really not the way it works. And we teach, the Bible teaches stewardship, time, talent, treasures. Not just treasure and not just talent, but your time too. It all belongs to God. And so I love the new slogan from the Marines. We don't accept volunteers. We accept commitment. We got applications. We take commitments. You know, that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for volunteers around here. We're looking for commitments. And that's the difference. He's my master. I have the privilege to serve Christ. I have the privilege to serve his people. I don't steal time away. You don't want to steal his stuff. Okay? God's not going to be happy about that. Don't think of it as volunteer. It's an opportunity to serve. It's an opportunity to demonstrate the grace of Christ to somebody else. You and I, we have to find ways. Now for me, my time I spend with God is unlike anybody else's. My personal space is my car. Okay, and this is going to sound like a weird place to pray, but if you've driven around Orlando lately, you ought to be praying all the time. Okay? Because I think Ray said to me yesterday, I said, you know, if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people, you can get hurt. And he said you can be in the right place at the right time and somebody else hurt you. But for me, my personal space is my car. Now, I'm hopefully paying attention while I'm driving. But I don't have the radio on. I don't listen to the radio. I don't listen to my CD player. That is my time with God. And my thought is, nothing is in here is going to bother me. I'm in control of these few square feet. This is me and God time. Okay? And so that's my personal space. You might need a library at home. You might need to go in your broom closet. Maybe you do it while you're shaving. Whatever you do, wherever your time is, do it the same all the time. Deliberately close the door on everything else and say, this is me and God time. Many of you know, at one time in my life, I was a golf pro. And I had aspirations at one point of maybe possibly trying to qualify for the PGA Tour. And I had reached kind of a, in golf, you don't want to reach a ceiling, you want to reach a basement because you want scores to go down. But I had reached a plateau in my playing ability, and I noticed that I would go out and I would play 12 or 13 holes really well, and then I would lose my concentration and focus, and it would take me 2 or 3 holes to get it back, and by that time my score had, you know, not done well. And you can't afford to do that if you're going to try to play golf and make a living at it. So there was a guy at the club that I worked at, his name was Barry Greenberg, and he was a hypnotist as a part of his therapy. And so what we did was, we started videotaping my practice sessions. And this was back when video cameras were about like this big, you know, and we'd videotape, and what I would notice is, sometimes I would take 12, 13 seconds to hit a shot, sometimes I would take 17 or 18 seconds to hit a shot. And the ones when I got out of my normal routine, those were the shots I didn't hit as well. And between 12 and 14 seconds was my optimal performance. And so what we did was, my golf bag would sit here. I would go over and I would grab the club, and that was my trigger to say I'm going to start focusing now. I'm going to start thinking now. And I would go into my routine and I would hit the shot. And then as I put the club back in, that was my signal to now I could let my mind wander and I could think about whatever I want and joke around and kid around. But this was my trigger. Time to think about golf now. Time to think about fun now. Time to think about golf now. So for me now, it's like this. Time to think about God now.